block. You don't see blocking.
No,
they block you for Facebook, block you for
me. I believe
they
that
block
you should how they say this, you should give the person time. I believe in time. But I feel like it's disrespectful, first of all, for you to be for me to be dating you, or I'm married to you, and then I'm my husband, you block me. As you block, just block forever and ever. Don't even bother to come back.
Hello guys, how are you guys doing? I'm happy to have you guys here again with me. I'm so glad that you clicked on the video to watch how they do. See, we have a VIP guest in the house. We have a VIP guest in the house, and it's no other person but let her introduce herself.
Hi guys. You asked me about how I call my subscriber. What do you call a subscriber?
I call them fixers. I call them Fix It Farm. I'm still not picking a particular name for them, but they are fixers. We are all fixers.
Hi fixers. My name is Kenna Kia. I'm a Cameroonian YouTuber based in Douala, Cameroon.
See how soft she is. Just see the softness. Okay. I am so pleased today. I want us to talk about conflict resolutions in relationships, not just in marriages. How do you resolve issues in your relationship? And I'm going to share a bit of what I do in my relationship. Of course, Mommy K is going to share some of hers, and we are just going to talk so that if you find anything relevant, you find anything very important, you learn. Yeah. Because these days it is very difficult to manage issues in relationships where you go start hearing things and all of that. So we just want to talk about it, and we are coping in our relationship. We still there with the marriage them. We never come out. So it shows that we are managing the problems, because there is no human relationship without issues, without problems. So we should learn how to manage those problems. So the very first thing I want to say is that be flexible. Be flexible. Don't be somebody who is very rigid, because when you are very stiff, things must always go this way. And if it's not like this, like a military kind of training, if it's not like this, it's a very big problem. It is difficult to handle issues like that. So if you are very flexible, you accommodate some things, you will be able to let go. You will see some things and forgive easily. That is the first way for you to manage conflicts in relationship. If you are a flexible person, it's easier for you to manage issues in relationships. So I don't want it to be like I'm talking. When I will give one way to manage issues, I think Mommy K will give another. What we are going to do is I will give a point and she gives a point, so that you don't get to hear one person talking exactly like that. I wanted to bring a bottle of wine for us to sip and talk, but then for carry bottle on top bike is dangerous.
I'll get drunk even. No, thank God that you know.
I took a bike to come here, so I did not want to take that risk.
I did not bring it.
Okay, so yeah, that is it. Okay. And please remember to run to, let me just say it before we get into it. Remember to run to Kenna Kia's channel and watch a video we just made. That one is even more juicier than what you're watching now. Immediately you finish watching this video, run there, watch, subscribe, let her know you're coming from the Fixers team. You are from the Fix It Farm. So show her some love. So yeah,
thank you in advance. Okay, so for me, I feel like listening is really important. We talk a lot about communication. So people feel like communication has to do only with talk and not listen. If you are not listening and putting yourself in the person's position, because what I discovered sometimes I used to do, it's always me, this is the way I feel, this is my problem, I'm not thinking about, okay, how does this other person feel? This person did this thing to make me angry. How is that person feeling? So I feel like listening, we have to also learn to really listen. If the fact that you're angry, the fact that you're angry doesn't mean that you're not thinking again, because sometimes I used to feel like because I'm angry, I can do and undo, I can say and unsay. I am angry. So receive it, but you also want to listen, because I discovered that sometimes when you really get to listen to the person's own side, you get to understand like, maybe I was wrong, maybe if I didn't do this, it would have been like this, and give them the benefit of the doubt. You can see something and you feel like, oh, this is how this thing is, but when you listen to the person, you're going to understand that, oh, it's not actually what you thought.
Yeah. Talking about listening, there are people who don't pick calls when they are angry. So how do you get to resolve the issue if you don't want to even talk at all? You don't want to hear the person's side of the story. You don't want anything. You block it. You don't see blocking.
No,
they block you for Facebook, block you for
me. I believe
they block you.
You should how they say this. You should give the person time. I believe in time. But I feel like it's disrespectful, first of all, for you to be for me to be dating you, or I'm married to you, and then I'm my husband, you block me. As you block, just block forever and ever. Don't even bother to come back. I can't. I feel like it's disrespectful.
Okay.
I prefer when people are like, no, Kenna, give me time. I'll give you time. Give me time. Let me calm down.
Okay.
And then, yes, don't block me now.
Yeah, why not?
I
blocked my husband once. I did it.
That's why. That's
I did it because I was angry, and I don't know how to. You read the messages, so sometimes I just say okay. But my sister-in-law was like, "You're already married. Blocking the one level will be great because you go fear say you go. This way you're not going to anywhere. So that blocking you worry yourself."
You block and then you go.
So you block and unblock. It's boring, right? So it's just to talk about it. Communication is key. Talk about it, and sometimes you have to put it clearly what your expectations are. Put it clearly. The way a woman's mind is framed is completely different from a man's mind. We will not expect that the man will think, will understand that this is how the woman should feel at this point in time, that this particular thing was done. Now, if we don't get to tell them that this thing that you did, this is how it affected me, they will not know. They will take it lightly.
Exactly.
You see, you come and sleep and you are facing the other way, the other person is sleeping. It's just something that if you talk, just say it. This is what I expected of you. This thing that you did, I expected you to do it this way, not this way. And after you did it this way and you saw that I was not happy, I expected you now to do this.
Yeah.
Not like, okay, I shut down, we are not talking.
I know, because some women, I'm like, why do you want somebody to read you, like read your mind?
No, it's not.
He's not a magician. Whoever, whether it's the man or the woman, none of you are magicians. Nobody can read anybody's mind. Like,
that is it.
Just say what you want. Say it. I don't know why some women will be like, oh, I wish he just knew what. Tell him. Don't wish that he knew. Just tell him.
He cannot read your mind. Tell him what you want, and it goes even a long way to say that sometimes men don't even know how to love us. You can tell yes, this is how if you do this is what you can do, and I feel loved.
Exactly.
If you do this, I feel loved. If you do this, if you treat me this way, I feel loved. Sometimes we just leave these men, and in Africa, we have grown up, we were raised in families that most of what we know is we got it from friends, from school, from the society. There is not something like, okay, you have a boy child and a girl child, and in the evening daddy will come and say, you see this thing like this, tomorrow when you get married, you have to do this. This is what your wife will like. This is the, we don't have that knowledge, that basic knowledge about loving our spouses. And so we learn while in it, and now it's just for us to help ourselves. Let the wife be open enough to say that if you want me to feel special, if you want me to feel loved, this is what I want you to do.
Exactly.
This is what you should do.
And there was this time that I told my husband that I'm not feeling love, that he was shocked. He was like, what? I know that I'm killing. I'm like, no, I'm not feeling it. Like,
yeah,
I'm not
you
feeling it.
need to step up.
And he was like, but he thought that way he does this. I'm like, okay, those things make you feel that way, but for me, I don't see it. These are my own small things.
Yes.
And it's not like there were big things that I wanted. He was thinking that, oh, simple example, he knows I like to go out, so he's like, okay, for me to take you out, I need to keep like 100K. But I'm like, no, my problem is not to go to the most expensive place. Even if we're going to somewhere with 10K, I'll be content. So since he's feeling like he has to really prepare before he takes me out, he's going to pull it, and I'm there, I'm unhappy. So you cannot even take me out. When we sat and we discussed, he was like, okay, now I understand. So it's simple. So it's just tell them. Yeah.
Communicate. It all boils down to communication. If you want something, say it. If you don't like something, say it, and you get what you want, because a closed mouth is a closed destiny.
I know.
Speak what you want and you see it come to pass. Just tell them, especially if you have a husband who is very understanding. They will not think that you're asking for too much, because some men really want to show their wives that they love them, but they don't know how to go about it. Exactly. Yeah, that is why I came up with this thing. I don't know, we have not done it for long. I told my husband, and sometimes I just do random things. I don't know. I just picked up my phone and I started listing the things that he did while he was here that I felt love and what I liked. And I listed about 7 and I said, it's your turn. And he was like, I didn't know we are playing a game. Or I said, no, just take over, don't spoil it. And I was so shocked at the kind of things that he mentioned. Yeah. One of them was that he loved the way I am so specific about what he wears when we are going out. I didn't pay me attention to it.
I know.
I didn't pay attention to it, but that is one thing. If he can talk about it, means that that's something that he so much loves, that I am very, like, if we are going out today, I know that this is what I want him to wear. Yeah. I am very particular about what I want him to wear. So he's like, okay, he felt special, he felt love that way, he likes it, that I am intentional about how he looks when we are going out.
But another man will also look at it like controlling woman.
Yes,
so that's why it's good to communicate.
It's good to communicate. It's good to communicate. So yeah, just come up with things, just talk, and you know what works for you, because definitely what works for me will not work for you.
Exactly.
So some other person, if it was another man, you'll be like, this is what I am wearing. You cannot tell me. You cannot. This is what I am. This is what. This is what I am wearing.
He's like, no, he likes his own thing. And sometimes I can just be like, okay, since we're going for this, we have the same thing that I can suggest.
Yes.
Be like, but for all the time, he'll tell you that, no, please.
No, my husband will allow me to
be like, no, please, I want to wear my own thing. Don't come here to start. Yes. to start disturbing. So people are different.
So yeah,
that's why talking is really.
It's very important. And again, we are talking about conflict resolutions in relationship. I think we are kind of derailing somehow, but just understand I enjoyed the video. And again, one other way to manage conflicts in relationship is not to leave it stay the next day. Don't let it sleep the night. Like, I watched a particular video when, I don't know, they were a couple from the look of it, and the wife so yeah, like we were saying, don't leave your issues to stay the night. Like, don't sleep angry. That is just the simple thing I'm saying. Don't sleep angry. It is very easier. It's easier said than done.
Exactly.
Because I will say it here and tomorrow I'll be like, how are you, babe? I'm fine. When you know very well that you're not fine.
But the thing is, I don't like sleeping angry. I don't. I prefer to quarrel with you the whole night. Just quarrel the whole night and turn around.
Okay, the whole night.
Yes, not sleep. If not for night, no.
Okay.
Where the problem come. We should quarrel. We must fix it. That's my problem. I don't like to sleep angry.
You don't sleep. Yes, the truth is that you don't sleep.
I don't like it.
You don't
sleep.
So
I will pull it. We will discuss about it until we come to a solution.
Then we can sleep. Yeah,
that's something. True. That's something with me. But like she said, it's easier said than done. There are some things that you cannot use one night to forgive or be like, no, let's just hug. Like, there are some things that it's difficult, but it's good to try. It's good to keep that like a practice. Like,
and sometimes you can say it's okay, but it's still not okay. You understand what I'm saying? There are times when, okay, like for instance, I shared a story how we fought on my anniversary. That was a video, I made that video maybe in January or so. And that morning after we had made up, we were to travel. But I was like, okay, I'm fine. But in my heart, I was still like, the thing is still hurting me. Okay, my husband will say, what are we buying? And I'll just say, buy what you want to buy. We already solved the thing, no. But I was going to take
you need
some time to heal completely, to forget it and get back to my real self. But it should not be like you are still like not talking at all.
Yeah, and that's what I have a problem too, because some people, when you are in that stage, you need time. The next person, if it's the other person, like if it's your husband that caused the problem, and then you are taking your time now to heal. The person is like pressuring you.
No, they should understand. They should pressure the person. Yeah.
Just try to be nice and doing nice things.
One knows that one.
Because I know some men that will tell you that we don't already talk about this thing. We have already talked about it. We have solved the issue.
What is
so
the
why
problem?
You still?
But you want to vex again.
Exactly.
No,
but you have to understand that everybody's not the same.
You need to pamper me a bit. I've said that, okay, I've forgiven you, but pamper me. Let me just keep forgiving you until I forget it. We need
swallow the thing.
Yes, we need it. So you have to. Then the other thing is that one major thing, the major one that will help you to actually resolve your conflicts in a relationship or in marriage is talking to the person you're angry with, not to a third party.
That's the point that I wanted to talk about.
Yes.
Next.
Talk to the person you're angry with, not to a third party. If you go and tell this person, the person to come and tell, it does not make any sense to me.
That's the thing with me.
It doesn't make any sense.
A lot of people, when I'm having my issues, a lot of people really never know, because I don't even know how to discuss when the thing is still hot. I don't know how to come. Oh, Josie, this is.
Can you imagine that?
I don't know how to do it. If I'm telling you my issue, know that the thing has
passed.
Yes,
that
I don't know,
me.
and I feel like that's a nice way.
It's a very good way to go about it.
When you are explaining, first
at
of
that
all,
point you are vulnerable.
Judging.
Anything you can take advice that is not good from any corner.
I know.
So you better try to figure yourself out, handle the thing. You don't pass, you don't go, you don't forget the thing. Like even they mention the thing, it need to hurt you again that much.
Know.
Then you can even somehow discuss it with somebody, but it's not that time that the pressure is still there.
Well, I know.
And
even though there's not a fixed, it's not always fixed like that. It's true that sometimes something is going to happen that is going to rock your world. You feel like you cannot handle this, but it should be once in a while. Because for me, it doesn't make sense. I have people that I know, every problem that they have, they are calling their mother to come and intervene, they're calling their friend, I'm like, you people don't have anything to, like, you don't have any business even being together if you cannot talk with each other.
It's not the best.
Because you're reporting the person to whosoever, that person, you people start disturbing the person. I had someone who told me before that she had a problem with her husband, that had been going to her husband's sister, she was solving the problem, they had gone like 20 times. And then the last time, when they went there, the sister put them top, they fixed their problem. After she had finished solving their problem, she just told them that the last time, you should never come. I'm tired of people.
What is that? Even me, I will tire now.
I don't want it. So even if the person is,
it's immaturity.
Yeah, the person cares about you and all that, it does not speak well. You have to be able. Why are you married to somebody I cannot talk to? You cannot
unless it gets to a point, because the third party plays there.
Yes.
But it gets an issue the way it gets to be, not like every other thing you run to this person.
I know,
you call,
like that.
You call this person. No, there is that one person you know that your husband respects. There is that one person you know that your husband cannot joke with. That is the person that when you don't get to some climax, you have been struggling to resolve it, it's not going. Then you bring this person in. But it's not like any small thing for your family. Every little thing. You have called your mother, you have called your cousin, the whole family knows.
Yeah, because there are certain times that myself and my husband, we go round and round and round. We're not coming to a conclusion. We're just like, okay, let's talk to one person, this one trusted person that has both our interests at heart. The person should tell us how to navigate this. It's okay, but for you to just be constantly telling everybody, I'm like,
I feel ashamed. I don't know, probably that's why I don't talk to people about my issues.
I feel like that's the same thing.
I feel ashamed that I'll have to come and tell you about my husband. Some people have is making him small in front of you.
Exactly.
That is how I see it.
So you just be
okay.
And
tomorrow when we
just have a conception.
Yes, tomorrow when we resolve it and we are like, you still don't hold him the same way you used to see him. You are like, see the one they laugh so.
When they want to fight.
Now zinc the cover house. Now roof. Now the roof. So these ones, if I remove their joke card, you know, believe say na them. So yeah, just like even when we were in school, some people used to say that you and your boyfriend were boyfriends. That you don't ever get problem. They don't say problem. You can't to solve and stay pass away. No man no hear.
Nobody hears.
Yeah, nobody hears about it. That is the best way to handle issues in relationships, and it only comes to a point of maturity. That now we too, let's face it, let's talk about it.
Exactly.
Unless I keep saying that thing, unless we don't struggle to take solution no day. Then when I say no, we love this relationship, we cannot separate because of this issue. Let's bring someone in to talk about it with us, and then that one is okay.
And then another, why do we forget to tell what again? Okay, another thing or another way of conflict resolution, you have to be very careful with the words you use when you're angry. There are some people, the way they insult their partners when they're angry, I'm just like, first of all, my husband knows that I don't say some kind of thing, so he knows if I start talking and going to one level, if he just knows say, oh my God, maybe the woman now go, if he goes so, because I cannot, for me, I always say it, if I have a problem with you, generally, not only for marriage, if I have a problem with you, and then I start talking and insulting you and going, just know that me and you, that's the end, I'm not going back. Because I don't know how those words help. For you to, I have people when they are mad here, they insult their husband, say things that will hurt that person, say all kinds of things, and then the next moment you are making up. For me, I feel like those are one of the things that really destroys relationships and marriages, because even if the person moves on from it and you are still together, those things stick there. And sometimes when it accumulates and accumulates and accumulates, the person is just like, I cannot deal. So when you're angry, you have to learn how to control what you say. Think very well. Don't
emotional intelligence.
Yeah, don't just talk cause
emotional intelligence. Learn how to manage your emotions, no matter how angry you are. I have someone who was dating a man. They were about getting married. That guy's mother is of late. The mother had epilepsy, so she was always falling now, and so the mother died. And so now when the girl got angry, you coach Nada, say it goes out. You see now, she insulted the guy using his mom. All thing finished. There was no marriage again, no relationship. They had a child, but that one don't end. The man will take care of his child. That is the entire. Anybody who hear the thing, anybody who hears that is what the girl actually said. Like, no, this is not your wife. This is not your wife.
No matter what the person did,
what.
I always feel like if you have to say hurtful thing, you're saying something to intentionally hurt. I'm not saying that when I'm angry, I'll insult you, but it just be foolish things in the air. I don't even insult like that. I'll just say things in the air. And you know your husband, all those family secrets that will pain him, you cannot start using it to insult him. Oh, no, you cannot do that, because
sometimes when you use things that they tell you against them, it just makes them not to trust you
anymore,
even when you have reconciled, you see. So it's just for you two should talk about it when you're fine, that no matter how angry we are, nobody is crossing this line. We know that when it gets to this point, if you know, so you know, if you talk, you must, that thing don't reach you anyway. You want to talk that Christine, they know. Cry.
I know.
You enter your room,
yes, go. I know, because her words, you
cry
can never
and sleep.
Words
yes,
back.
You cannot take
just
them back.
Imagine insulting a man.
The man walks out.
You cannot even take care of me. It has remained there. Even if that man makes money tomorrow, and then he might just keep it, and he's like, when he has money, he starts treating you badly. You're like, what happened? He has kept it. So we have to be very careful with our words when we're having.
And then there's one other thing I wanted to say about conflict resolution. I don't know. Yeah. So that is it. You should control the way you talk. Exactly. No matter how angry you are, control the way you talk. Because I feel like when you're angry, it's like the devil is standing beside you and saying that, remember that thing that they told you, that secret. Remember it. Say it. You'll get him angry. So just tell the devil that control yourself, that this one like this I will not say it. And you two can agree, like I said, that no matter how angry we are, nobody is crossing this line. And this is what nobody can say. And
then another thing too that my husband used to tell me, sometimes I used to, when I'm angry, I'll just be talking anyhow, not insulting, but talking, bringing money. People should close that door and go away. When Monique, and if you cry any small thing. Okay, so and something that my husband used to do when we have an issue, and I would just be talking. You know, you're not facing the problem. You're going out. That's the way the other day. It's not what they paid. That's the other. So he always remind me, like, Kenna, the problem now is that I went and I came late. Let's concentrate on this problem. When you're having a problem, don't start pulling other things. Because if you just wasn't the situation, I was the master of that. I'm not even going to lie. I will bring this other thing, bring that other one. And when you do that, it's difficult to actually resolve your issue. So I discovered that, okay, this time, this is the issue that we're having. Let's talk about this issue. If that thing that you did also made me angry, when we have resolved this one, you can bring. So always just remain on the topic of discussion. Don't start bringing other things that don't matter. That's how you start talking too much, and then. Exactly.
Then I want to add that you should not accumulate, don't bottle up too much until the day it just escalates. And that is why when you start talking about it, if they do this thing, if your husband, your partner does this thing that you don't like, talk about it at the same time. Don't keep things, because some people keep and one day they just burst out. So don't keep it. Talk about it that time, handle it that time. Don't wait until. And one other thing is that if you discuss it today about this particular thing, and tomorrow the same thing comes up, just try to talk about it that time. Don't say this is the same thing that you did. That's what Kenna is saying. This is the same thing that you did last year. This is the same thing that you did. It's not good to always keep that record. Don't keep a record of negativity. Exactly. It's not good. One other way that it can really help you to be able to manage your issues is just accept it. When you know that you have done something, avoid being defensive. Don't try to justify. It hurts even the more, because there are people who know very well that you have done this thing and your wife is angry or your partner is angry because of this thing, and you are guilty. You have accepted. Sometimes you can even acknowledge that yes, this thing that I did is actually wrong, but your way of saying sorry is, even though I did it because of this, I'm sorry. You already did it. Yes. Say you are sorry, not because of. Don't justify why you did it. Yes, you did it. It is wrong. You are sorry. That is it. It's simple. It is simple. When you try coming to justify, it just makes the whole forgiveness process long. It makes the conflict resolution just too long, and it feels like the other person is overreacting. You have seen that you are wrong. You are wrong. I'm sorry. It is okay. You move on. When you try to justify, it just makes everything difficult.
Yeah, and then the last thing I want to say is, don't, like, if you are not willing to go, don't say that
I go pack my thing and go.
I don't want my house. I go divorce. If you don't want it, like, this part is always annoying me. Like, don't do it. Don't do it, because it gets to a point they'll not take you serious. If you are using it to threaten it, because the women see, oh, he likes me too much. If I threaten, yes, we work 1, 2, 3 times. Nah. After that, it does not work again. It does not help. It doesn't help. It doesn't help her. I know somebody who has threatened divorce. So I go leave you, pack her bags. She always used to pack her bags, go and pack her back. One, the man locked her until you want to divorce. That's how the marriage ended, though.
You see now, it's
as you want to go.
It's not good.
Yeah. So
never you threaten your partner with divorce. No matter what the problem is, you should settle it. Unless violence don't be the way they beat you, your eye come out, they pick weapon. That is when you can say you are talking about divorce. You have your base, you have your stand. You know why you are saying this, and you mean what you are saying. But not that every small thing you use divorce. Like, my husband sent me one video. I'm sure he got it from Instagram or something, and it was really good. Just that I don't have the same phone. I would have shown you to really watch and get a sense. Like a couple. Yes. So I was saying that divorce is not good for divorce. Divorce is not something to be mentioned in your mind. I was talking about an Instagram video that my husband sent to me about a couple who they were actually having a talk, and it was a guy. It was not a couple. They were the friends. They were talking to the guy, and the guy said, I had this talk with my wife ever since we got married, that we will never mention divorce. Even if it's a game that has the word divorce, we will not. If it's a game, we will not mention divorce. We will never make any joke regarding divorce. Like, divorce is off the table. It's something that we don't want to talk about it, because we have decided that this, you see this, it has to work. And we are putting in the hard work that it takes. So it's just something that is a decision. And if you find yourself in a relationship that, okay, you came in with your mind that this has to work and things do not go as planned, then you see for sure that you want to leave. That is when you can start talking about that divorce. Exactly. But you see people that every little thing you say, I will leave you. I have betters. I have even with this 3 picking that I will still marry. Even with this,
I'm just like, I always feel like you're probably not there, because when the time reach,
that is
never say it like that. Because it's so sad that some people use it like, they use it like a weapon, like, when I say this, then that's their own thing to resolve the conflict. They know that when they just start telling their partner, I will leave you, I'm going, the man will feel scared, and then the man will do now what you want. It doesn't solve the problem. The man had done something before. You are not talking. I know you're not talking about the issue. You have used divorce to get what you want, but the issue is still there. It's still going to come back.
And again, that point has just brought me another very good point that I want to talk about. That when you have a problem with your partner, and the partner already feels like guilty for that thing about what they did, and now they know that women love gifts, they come and buy you a new phone and give you. Don't just think that the problem is solved, because most women, for that issue is closed. They don't talk about it again. We start moving on. Like, that's not a way to solve problems. That's not a way to handle issues. Even with the gifts, let's talk about what happened. and trash it and understand it and say that no, this one like this, I don't like it, it's not happening again. Let it not be that okay, they know that if I slap my wife today, tomorrow I buy her a new phone and everything is okay. No, know that one day they will scatter your face and they go buy you moto. Because it's very easy for some people, you know, if I do this, I'll do this and she's fine. No, don't always give your peace, your happiness for a gift. It does not go. It should not be even that exchange. It does not go. So if you want to solve problems, don't put gift to it kind of blinds you from the actual problem. Let's talk about it. We'll take the gift. Give me the money, apology money. Give me. I'll put it in my back. Give me the phone. But the problem we'll still have to deal. We'll talk about it.
Yes, because it's not going away magically.
Yeah. Don't be fooled. Don't be deceived by those things. Talk about it and handle it. And I think we have come to the end of this video. And if you have watched up to this point, mean that you actually enjoyed it. By now, you should have thumbs the video up, like the video, and subscribe. Join us if you are not one of us yet. There's a lot of fun here. We smile here a lot, and these days it's not easy to see people smiling.
I know,
because the economy is so tough, especially when we are living in a town like Douala. See, you have to respect us living in Douala.
I'm telling you,
because this town, I woke up this morning when I was leaving the house, I said, anybody see me, or if you see people living in Douala, you have to respect them, because you cannot be living in a town that feels like they don't set fire for all the four corners. They heat for the town. Places are so hot. Oh my bills now are 35,000 because we are sleeping with ACs on, and we respect we. And please like the video and run to Kenakia's channel and show us some love. Thank you guys so much. Bye bye.